Swahili Culture and Commerce, produced and narrated by Madison Rhodes. East Africa has been participating in South Seas trade for centuries. Many different peoples interacted through this trade, including Arabs, Persians, and African Bantus. As a result of these exchanges of goods, commodities, and languages, a new culture had developed in East Africa known as Swahili. The Swahili people, or Waswahili as they call themselves, thrive along the East African coastline in areas from southern Somalia to northern Mozambique. They speak the language Kiswahili that developed from the interaction of Bantu and Arabic speakers. Its structure is Bantu with many borrowed words from Arabic. Swahili have also incorporated many people and practices into their vibrant social world. Swahili are all Muslims due to the influence of people coming from the north and also from across the Indian Ocean. They have extensive economic, political, and social ties with Middle Eastern Muslims. For Swahili people, Islam encompasses more than just spiritual beliefs and practices. Islam is a way of life. Through Islam, literacy came to the East African coast much earlier than to most other parts of the continent. Since knowing how to read the Quran is important, some people are literate in Arabic as well as Kiswahili. Those who have been to secular school are literate in English as well. Living conditions vary depending on a family's means and the type of town they live in. Stone towns like Lamu and Mombasa are characterized by large stone houses, with some divided into an apartment style. Some Swahili people living in country towns still occupy houses made of hardened mud and stones, although these are less common than houses of stone or coral. Most homes have electricity, indoor plumbing, several bedrooms, and a living room furnished with a couch and chairs. In comparison with many people in Kenya, Swahili people enjoy a relatively high standard of living. Traditional Swahili cuisine, which is highly spiced, has African, Middle Eastern, and Indian influences. The staple food is rice, cooked with coconut milk and served with tomato-based meat, bean, or vegetable stews. Meals incorporate locally available fruits, vegetables, and spices including eggplant, okra, spinach, mangoes, coconuts, pineapples, cloves, cardamom, and hot pepper. Fish is also central to the diet, while chicken and goat meat are popular for holiday meals. Sweet tea with milk is served several times a day. Swahili, like many cultures, has their own style of entertainment. Tarab music, which has distinctly Arabic origins, is performed at weddings and concerts. Band members play keyboards, flutes, brass instruments, and drums to accompany singers. Several women's dance groups perform at weddings for all-female audiences. They dance chakacha, which resembles belly dancing. They also perform Lela Mama, a very subtle dance with tiny hand movements. The basis of Swahili economy has been the long-distance trade between the interior of Africa and the countries of the northern Indian Ocean, in which they played the role of middleman merchants. The ships from Asia and foot caravans from the interior met at the coast where the Swahili merchants provided safe harbors and the skills and facilities needed for mercantile exchange. Traded items included ivory, gold, slaves, turtle shells, leopard skins, pearls, fish, ebony, cotton cloth, and other exports. Some Swahili still fish, farm, and trade as they did in previous generations. However, the difficult local economy has meant that many people are unemployed or dependent on the unpredictable tourist industry. Educated men and women enter government administration and work in offices, shops, and schools. Although husbands are obligated to provide for their families, many wives earn money through cooking, sewing, or trading from their homes. Current theory suggests, like the language, Swahili culture is basically African with a large contribution by Arab, Persian, and other extra African elements. This admixture created a new consciousness and identity. Today, the many coastal peoples who speak Kiswahili join African to Persian, Indian, Arab, and other ancestries.